Hi everyone, Soulrise Gaming here, and today I'm going through the Tools Corner. Now the Tools Corner is a very helpful feature on the Tap Titans 2 Compendium website. If you're not sure what the Tap Titans 2 Compendium website is, I will put a link in the description below. But it's a website which has tons of features made by the community. Big thanks and credit go to all these creators and developers of the website, and you can also feel free to support them if you wish. The donation buttons are here as well. But once you log into the website, you can go to the Tools Corner, and it has a bunch of tools which in this video we're going to go through all them all and tell you how to use them, what they're used for, and just make you aware about how useful this function is. So starting off, you're using the pet optimizer. This pet optimizer is basically the best switch pet, is the pet that you'll switch between your optimize your gold or damage income. If your best pet is the best damage pet, the best switch pet would be the best gold pet. So this is made by MMOH, Taco and Dreams. So the first thing you got to do is fill in the blue section. It's always the blue section you fill in. Everything that's blanked out you don't touch. So you go to your pets tab on the bottom of your icons, the green one, and then you first fill in your information. So if you've got Heavy Strike, Clanship, Shadowcomb, Pet, whichever build you're using, whichever gold source you're using. Now the last hero, this will be the last hero you use at your max stage. You select which is your highest damage hero. Now I already know that mine is Mady, the Shadow Thief. Ascension level is graded by grey, blue, green, yellow. So grey 0, blues 1, greens 2, and 3 is yellow or gold. So I'm at gold level, so I'll put Ascension level 3, and it just says if you have the Fatal Samurai or the Corrupted Emerald Knight set. So I click yes because I got both of them. Heart of Storms level, so you go to your artifacts and fill that in, and then you put in your Polar Orb level, it's just underneath it. So if your Heart of Storms and Polar Orb in your artifact, which is just here, and your crafting power, so you go to your equipment, crafting, and it says at the bottom your crafting power level. You can also see it in the stat screen. And if you want to be using Drondle push and lesson notation, put yes on both because they're quite handy. But it takes a bit of time, but you only have to do it only once in a while. But you got to put in the levels of all your pets. Once you put all that in, you can either do it automatically, click to calculate, or automation, which goes yes. And what it would do, it will give you the best pet and best switch pet. So your best pet would be your damage, and your best switch pet will be a gold. So it just knows that these are two pets you should be using. So I'll normally do bubbles if I'm grinding, and then when I go to max stage, switch to demos. So that's pet optimizer. Now to use the Eternal Darkness calculator, this will be used in Shadow Clone builds. So ROP means rest in peace, and the view calculator, nothing you can do to achieve the splash requirement. Try switching it to full stage skip, to skip with snap to lower the ED level. It just means that the lower level here is less skill requirements are needed. So if you do 3, you can see skill levels 1 and SP usage is 2. But then if you do full stage skip, because it requires more SP because you want to skip further, the skill level's higher. So if you fill this in and you see the words ROP, it just basically means you don't have enough. So just change it to 2 or 3. Now for these ones, pretty simple, just fill in the blue areas just as it says. So most of these can be found on the first tab under passive skills. So Arcane Bargain level, I'll just fill these in as shown. Angelic Garden Anniversary set is equipment. So you go to equipment, crafting, and check if you have them active. And crafting power level can be found at the bottom, so mine's level 19. And max stage can be found in many places. So you can find it on your stats, or you can go to your profile and it'll be there, or you can go to your clan and look at the history. And once you've entered them all, it will update automatically. You'll have a trigger time, or you can click on this, you can click to do it automatically. Once calculated, it will give you the results on the table to the right, and it will go to the nearest max stage you currently are. So I'm floating between 72,000 and 72,000 and a half, and it gives me the same skill level, so I should be fine to select either of these. But it just says skill level 22 and skill point cumulative, and Titan count is the amount of Titans you skip and a modified skip. So it just says it cost me 275 skill points of a skill level of 22. So if I was using a Shadow Clone build, I would deduct 275 skill points from my total skill points, enter the build, just making sure I have the skill points left over to level up my Eternal Darkness up to 22. As I mentioned, if you want to use the full skip with snap, then you change it to 2 or 3 if you have not have the Necromancer set, and it will give you recommended skill point usage and skill level that it should be at. Then you can use the Heavily Strike calculator. The Heavily Strike calculator is pretty similar to the previous ED calculator. It's just got less information to fill in. Same as before, go to your passive skills to fill in the majority of it. The best thing is, if you've already filled it in on the ED, it will automatically fill in most of it in this section, if not all of it, so save you a bit of time. And again, it will automatically update in the results table. If you do get the RIP message, it just basically means in the view of this calculator, nothing you can do can achieve the special requirement. So it says you're too weak, so you shouldn't play Heavily Strike build at the moment. The tournament estimator, so what it's asking you to do is fill in the blue section as mentioned. So you SP count what you currently have, and then it's the goal that you want to get. So if I was looking at a build and I was thinking about swapping builds, say for example I've got 500 skill points and I want a 700 skill point build to use, this will be a good example because it tells me how long roughly it will take for me to get that many skill points. So of this one, I'm just going to give rough information. So this is my shard count. Again, this would be good to see if you're trying to save up for, say, a complete mythic set, which is 700 shards. So you can work out how long it would take before you can complete a full set. And then you put in your best placement you want to be. So I always want to be first. Worst placement you think you might achieve. Always achieve top 5, but if you're someone that achieves, say, top 15, put 15 of you as your worst as example. Daily rewards, so when you log in, it will tell you what daily reward system you're on at the moment, put that, and tournament tier. Once you've filled it all in, it will automatically give you the first table. If you get first place in the next 4 shard tournaments, I'll reach over 700 shards by the 8th of April. At worst, if I got 5th placement in the next 8 shards tournaments, then I will get the required shards by the 20th of May. Same with skill points. If I reach first place in the next 2 skill points tournaments, then I'll achieve it in the 15th of March. And at worst, I have to do 4 to get the amount of skill points that I want. So it just gives you the total amount of diamonds rewards you get. If you did get first place in those 4 tournaments and skill points tournaments, and both, those are the amount of diamonds you'll get, those are the amount of tournament points, pet levels, and perks I would receive. So basically, these are the total or cumulative goodies you'll get if you got first place in all of them. So it is quite a good mindset of seeing what you can and cannot achieve on those. Now, the Titan Strategy Artwork Creator, I have gone through this already in a previous video, so I'll put a link to that on the icon up the top right up here and in the description. Artifact Optimizer, this is a shortened, quickened version to the artifact optimizers that you can find and skill optimizers you can find in this link for the same site. This is just a lot easier. If you have filled in some of the sections before, it does auto fill in. So you put in your total relics amount, total artifacts owned plus enchantment. So you go to your artifacts section and you look at the top bit and you add these 2 numbers together. So if you have got 95 artifacts, you put in the enchantment number, so it'd be altogether it'd be 105. If not, you just put the total artifact discovered. Build type, Shadow Clone, I've already done that. So you put which type of build you're using, the latest hero, which is the most strongest hero you have, the ascension level, gold source, relic of BOS. So this percentage of relics of BOS, you click on your books of shadows and you put in the current lifetime relics amount there is. Mine's 39.59, so I put that, and you put in the amount of relics not spent on BS which are used. I know I put 100% because if I'm not leveling BS in between tournaments, I'll be leveling in all of my relics when I'm not leveling on BS. And you get estimate AD is your artifact damage. You do get artifact damage included, so you can click that on or off. I click it on. So you can have it in letter or scientific notation. I'll leave it in scientific notation. Rounding to 3-digit, 2-digit, 1-digit. I'll leave it as 3 because it's easier to read. And then it will automatically give you the ideal level and the percentage level you should be at. So for your build type, I should be at these levels. You need to make sure that these are included if you have got all of them or not. If you haven't, make sure you click off the right ones. So then you just go to your artifact tab and just have a look to see if it is similar to what it's currently at. So if you can see my charge card, it should be 1.70. Mine's leveled up a bit too high. So I'll basically look at the ones which should be low leveled and not. So for example, my stone of values said it should be leveled up at E39. Mine's E38, so I need to level up that a lot more. So for your next runs, I'll concentrate on which ones to level up the most. The percentage value here would give you indications which ones to do first. So the higher the percentage is the ones you should be concentrating on more first. So that one's 5%, 1%, 1%, 1%. They're all not that bad, so I would just concentrate on the high percentages. And then once they're leveled up to that max, I'll then just update your total relics. You don't have to worry about anything else, just your percentage of relics, percentage of relics to BOS, and your total relics would change, so update them. And you don't have to do that often. I'll probably do it like once a week. It depends how many runs I do. But that's the general gist of how you use this tool. And for the raid log analyzer, what you need to do is first fill in which parts they should be attacking. So if you are following a guide, or if you told your clan which parts they should be doing, then fill that information here. What we normally do is leave a message in the clan box, for example, which ones to attack. And once you've filled in the body parts, then put in the number of attacks you want the clan to do, and the maximum number of attacks you can normally do in the raid is 24. So you can be a bit lenient if you want. So this is percentage, how much of percentage you want before it gets a warning. Say if you want 5% offset damage, we normally do about 10%, 10 or 15%, and the outstrap part thresholds, that's in the actual digit number. And the attendance, if they do under a certain percent, so if you're like 80%, I've put mine for 83%, but you can put yours to higher or lower. So for example, if there's anything lower than 80%, so it means they'll probably do what, 19 attacks or less, then it'll come up as a warning. Raid tier, what your current raid tier you currently are on, and then your raid log goes there. So if you raid log information, you go to clan info again, and then clan raids and previous raid. This will pop up and you click copy to clipboard. It will pop up the top saying the data has been copied, and then you paste it in and it'll come up with the information here. For some strange reason, my raid log doesn't input, it's not coming up correctly. I will have a word with Dream XZE to see why it's not popping up, but give it a go to see if it works on your end. But that's basically how to use this guide. And last one, set power calculator, and this basically tells you how to calculate the all chance crit chests are considered by 100% in the total effect calculation. So you put your sword master level, artifacts, own enchantments, and crafting power and crafting power goal, and then whichever sets you have. If you have no tool or yes tool, then you click calculate or automatic, and once it's run, you show you the power differences, the overall bonus from Pet Heavenly Strike, Shadow Clone, Clanship, Pet Armadas, Variant Chesterton, and then the bonus name, the CP Coal, and the difference. It gives you all stats information there. That's it for the tools corner. So the most one I think would be quite used quite often would be the artifact optimizer, just because it's a lot quicker to use than the bigger optimizers I know that some of you guys might use. Like this, they're like Parrots one, which you've got to fill in a lot more information. This one's very straightforward, just fill in this little section and then it gives you goals to achieve the rest. Well, they're all very, very useful. I will leave a link below in the description for all of these. If there are any other guides you'd like to cover, leave a comment section below. I hope that has helped you. If it has, leave a like and a thumbs up and hit that bell notification button, because I will be releasing Tap Titan 2 videos every week. I also stream every Sundays on Twitch, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.